Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday from Arni's. Happy birthday to you.
Welcome to our Arni's Birthday Zoom. Special guest this morning, Jermaine Ross, 52 years young and a proud Boilermaker from 1990 to 1993, a native of Jeffersonville, Indiana also, and the opportunity to play for, recruited by Coach Fred Akers, played for Jim Coletto, but first, happy birthday! And any big, I know you're in Florida today and you're going to head to the golf course, but any other traditions that you typically do on your birthday?
No, I'm not a real big holiday person in general, so no, I don't really have any traditions. My wife, she's more of the holiday type, and so she always takes care of me though. So
yeah,
but no real traditions.
Well, when you talk about coming to Purdue from Jeffersonville, Indiana, and recruited by Fred Akers, do you remember? Well, I'm sure you do. Who got you to come to Purdue? One of his assistants, and what was that experience like for you, making the decision to come to West Lafayette?
So I don't know if you know this or not, but I actually went to Purdue on a track scholarship.
Right.
The football team did not recruit me.
Okay.
So I walked on in football, and track got me there. Well, engineering really got me there, but track got me there. Coach Palon got me to come there. I came to Purdue with the intent of walking on in football. Fred Akers and the receiver coach at that time was Lounsbury.
Dan Lounsbury. Yep.
Yes, yeah. So we spoke to those guys, and they were like, "Okay, we'll let you try to walk on," and everything went from there.
Yeah, you had a chance you had another walk-on I think it was a wrestler too. Danyasha Yetz played a year or two with you. I mean, that's an interesting. I'd forgotten about your track acumen, but I'd forgotten about that. But then you come out and you really turn into a big play guy. You averaged 22.3 yards per catch, I think, in 92, which is outside of Rodney Dennis, it's the best season in Purdue history in terms of yards per catch. But talk about that in not a real passing offense. I mean, it was not even when Jim Coletto came in after that. Eric Hunter and Matt Pike at quarterback. But talk about your big play ability.
I was a speedster. I went to Purdue really on a quarter miler, but I was a speedster. And I had really good hands, good hands. So Eric Hunter trusted me, and Matt Pike, and then it was Rick Tresker as well, and they threw it up, and I had a high vertical as well. I had like a 42-inch vertical, and so they would throw it up there, man. I would just go get it, man. And if I wasn't running by people, I was out jumping. It was that simple.
Did you have to? I mean, walking on from track. I mean, was that a real process for you of trying to prove yourself? Is that a little bit in your nature in terms of that? I mean, you come for track, but did you just turn into, boy, I really want to play this game of football? I mean, how did that work out for you?
I always wanted to play football.
Yeah.
Track got me there, but I had 100% intended to play football, and I was out to prove them wrong for not offering me a scholarship initially. And so I was driven, right? I mean, immediately the moment I stepped on campus, I was driven.
Well, at the young age of 52, you're driven from a professional career. Not many engineers that graduate and play football. You're in a very elite company from that standpoint. But talk about your professional career and what has gotten to you. What skills have you continued to acquire, and what wise or wisdom can you impart on others at your grand old age here?
So if I, what I stress to kids when I speak to them is the importance of better education. I mean, I love sports. Sports, really opened a lot of doors for me. But my education, at this point has taken me a lot further. Sports probably got me in the door, even probably for the job I have now. But my education is what carried me a long way. Building relationships, learning how to communicate well with people. In a professional and in a corporate environment, it just goes a long way. It does. So.
Yeah, and well said. Talk about that transition you made. You had to transition from coaches, Fred Akers, and then you had a new coach come in, Jim Coletto. You did that in the NFL also, from Brooks to Vermeil. You played 3 years in the league. Talk about that lesson learned from having to maybe recalibrate, reprove yourself a little bit in both of those experiences.
What I learned from it is just always stay driven and stay grounded
Yeah.
and don't get comfortable. You know,
Yeah.
I did play 3 years with it was Chuck Knox and then Brooks and then Vermeil.
Yeah.
And I think by the time Vermeil had gotten there, I think I had gotten comfortable, you know,
Yeah.
and you know, because Vermeil actually cut me in the middle of the season, you know, but I think that's because I had lost a little bit of my edge,
Uh-huh.
you know, and that's something I would try to tell people right now is keep that edge and stay driven.
Yeah.
So,
Talk about last questions for you. How's good's your golf game?
it's golf, man. It's like a roller coaster. You know, I went out and I shot an 80 at a golf course in Indianapolis. It was my first time playing in Indianapolis after the winter. And then I turned around the next week and I shot a 96.
That is golf. And do bring folks up. You're working in Indianapolis for Allison, but talk about that real quick, and then we're going to let you get off for your day of celebration.
Yeah, when I left the NFL in 1999, I set out that season hoping to get picked up. I didn't. I got online, got my resume together. Fortunately, I had a couple of interns when I was in college I worked for Ameritech.
Yeah.
Put my resume together and I landed with, at that time, Allison Transmission was owned by General Motors.
Right.
So, you know, that's where I landed. I learned it at General Motors. So General Motors and / Allison Transmission is technically the only real job I've had, you know, corporate job I've ever had. So, and Allison has been good to me. The company has been very, very good to me. I'm blessed to have been there 23 years now.
All right. Well, have a great day on the golf course. Happy birthday to you. Thanks so much for carving out the time to join us today. And now you're one of the legendary members of the Arni's birthday Zoom, but we appreciate that very much, Jermaine. Have a great day.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good day.